Hello, everyone. This is another episode of Me and Rosie. And I wanted to talk about secular humanism, the way we practice it down here, 8 miles west of Wheeling, West Virginia. Religion, spirituality. All people are different. Different people worship differently, perceive differently. Me, I don't believe much of anything I apply. I don't believe I apply spirituality. I apply divinatory practices. Rosie, my common-law spouse, is studying the violin with Timmy Klondike, just a beloved and much respected music teacher and guest performing violinist. And it's really a beautiful working relationship, my Rosie and Timmy Klondike. He's just a beautiful man. One of our neighbors, just a few blocks down the dirt road we all live on. Decades ago, Bruno Richard Hauptmann was executed by electric chair, and he either did or didn't kidnap and or kill Charles Lindbergh's baby. It's very contested to this day. Some people believe Bruno was innocent and, scapegoated. People even suspect Charles Lindbergh of having been in a conspiracy to dispose of a defective, stupid child. He was believed to have been a white supremacist. It's not a popular fact. It's known. And there's literature supporting that our American hero, our aviator, Charles, he may have been a white supremacist. He may have actually, conspired to kill his own kid. But Bruno Richard Hauptmann, I believe, was an immigrant from Germany. He settled in the United States. German people were not well liked at the time. And the Lindbergh baby had been kidnapped, supposedly. Bruno, I forget, there's a long story. It's very well documented, much argued. But supposedly Bruno built a ladder with which to climb up the side of Charles Lindbergh's house to steal the Lindbergh baby. It was found dead. It was supposedly to be a ransom plot. Ultimately, our Rosie's Doris, as well, our guest, mine, Rosie, mine, Doris' friend. Our newest friend is Bruno Richard Hauptmann. He was killed in the electric chair decades ago. Spontaneous resurrections. All through history, thousands of years backwards. Maybe as far back as Genesis or further. How the fuck would I know? On some timeline or other, let's start with King James. Bible, resurrection. Mythology, Greek mythology. The dead coming back to life happens in myth and legend and the Bible. Resurrection. The concept's been around. Jesus was a resurrection story. He supposedly died and came back to life. Well, okay, he buzzed off after a while, whatever. He visited live after being after crucifixion. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. There is nothing wrong with that belief system. I respect every person practicing Christianity, however they are. It's just that with me and Rosie and others, well, I'm completely open. I'm a free thinker. And I sort of have religion to me as I perceive myself, as I introspect, and as I perceive the world around me. I observe everyone, everything. I respect all thoughts people have, even assholes. I respect the thoughts and meditations that are produced by stupid, common, B-list pieces of shit, just as much as I would respect an A-list celebrity, Paul Lynde of Hollywood Squares, for instance, Wally Cox, Marlon Brando. I respect common, stupid assholes in the same way I would respect the late Marlon Brando. But I was talking about the way people who died along, Bruno in this case, come back to life. Bruno came back to life. Who am I? What am I? Am I a doubting asshole who might say he didn't? He did. Just this morning, after Rosie, Doris, and I had our morning shot of Dilaudid, I had a meeting with my dear friend Bruno Richard Hauptmann, who came back to life, rematerialized. He appears and he seems like you'd never believe he's been dead. You'd never believe he was cooked in the chair. Total resurrection job. That man, whether he killed the Lindbergh baby or whether he didn't, he's achieved a very nice resurrection here, just a few blocks away from me and Rosie. And we've become dear friends. He's a dour son of a bitch, I can tell you that. But for this episode of Me and Rosie, I just wanted to explain the cavalier way in which people come into existence. Some of our neighbors came up into existence. Nothing was before, no history at all. No gestation, no parents. These people, believe it or not, arrived here by spontaneous generation. Like there was an oil spill and these people just appeared, zap, one day out of nowhere. Quantum physics. People have been buttholes. Just buttholes. Constipated, stupid, narrow-minded bigots about quantum physics. Like there are opinions that are contrary to complete and total acceptance. See, fascists are fascists. I accept everything. I'm not a fascist. Other people are fascists, you know. I wouldn't, for instance, use hard, addictive substances to control people and make weasels out of them and destroy their will, their autonomy, and make them dependent slaves. Like me and Rosie. Okay, we're shooting up Dilaudid morning, noon, and night, but we're different. We're not common, stupid mortals. We're extra. We're people. I mean, we're people. I mean, okay, me and Rosie. I mean, she doesn't mind us talking. She doesn't mind me talking. We both, just like any people, eat shit and breathe. Our friend Bruno Richard Hauptmann, he might or might not have killed the Lindbergh baby. He shits every day, you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I'm an egalitarian, if nothing else. I entertain all thoughts as being of equal importance. I'm not the first person to say a person's fantasy, solipsism, may be just as valid as another person's reality, like one man actually physically climbs Mount Everest at his own expense, but renting a Sherpa and cables, or however the fuck those assholes get up Mount Everest now. Supposing a man really climbs, or woman, really climbs Mount Everest. Supposing me and Rosie and Doris sit together in the kitchen, shoot up Dilaudid, and we all fantasize, we all picture in our mind climbing Mount Everest. Who's better? The asshole who wasted time and money flying, pestering Sherpas, oppressing, third world indigenous people in really climbing Mount Everest. Who's better, that piece of shit, or me, Rosie, or Doris, who are just using drugs, that we got free of charge from a biker gang? Okay, they're Nazis, but they're okay. I mean, see, I wasn't going to talk about that. They have a master plan to take over the world, but it doesn't make any difference. I mean, they're selling drugs, we're using them. They gave us free drugs, we're using them. We're happy, me and Rosie were happy with the gallon of Dilaudid we were given by this biker gang, and we're going to be selling drugs, most likely. If we're still alive, a few months from now, we'll probably be selling drugs at the behest of a Nazi biker gang. That sounds so dire. But is it really worse than what happened to me when I was dealing with Mike Spuke in Pittsburgh? Hell no. Nothing was worse than what happened. But I'm going to forgive Mike for the pain he caused me. Me and Rosie are just going to be really spiritual, open-minded, free-thinking about our own situation and those of others. Anyway, it's been a wonderful episode, I think. I've enjoyed talking. I hope you enjoyed listening. Thanks for listening.